Hi, thanks for clicking on the video. It's Rachel with Back to Good here, and today we're going to do a little bit different video. Instead of me walking around giving you an update on what's going on and just watching me walk around with the same scenery again, I wanted to kind of make a little video for our own records and just show some of the really pretty desert bloom and some video of my cat and dog walking around enjoying the area. So there's a few things I wanted to update you guys on, and the first one is I wanted to do a great big thank you to each and every one of you. We've had a ton of new subscribers and a ton of you watching our video playlist, and thanks to each and every one of you, we have been monetized on YouTube. So I am really excited about that. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you watching and liking the videos, commenting on the videos, and watching the playlist. It's been a huge help, and we can't thank you enough. So first of all, I just wanted to put a big shout out to all of you and how much we appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you very much. The second thing I wanted to update you guys on is that a lot of people were asking, if we were going to be able to park on our land when we first got there, and the answer to that is no. We did have, there was a bulldozer guy out there, and he was doing some work on making an access road, and Gary and Mary from Junk to Gems talked to him, and he was kind enough to clear us out an area to get our camper in there, but the area is not big enough and there's too many trees that would be close to the camper, and we didn't want to put the camper there and then go in and have to clear trees and worry about them falling on the camper. So, and it's not level enough either, so we're going to need to get a bulldozer guy in there to kind of level it out and take out some more trees, and we need to get gravel brought in and all that stuff. So Gary and Mary have been kind enough to offer to let us park our camper on their property until we get settled in and get our land cleared just enough to get our camper in. So when we first arrive in Arkansas, it should be right about September 14th or 15th. The transport movers are coming to pick up our camper on September 12th, and it's an 18-hour drive, so I'm guessing it's going to take at least 2 days, maybe 3 if we have any issues or whatnot. So we should be there by September 14th or 15th. That's the plan. So when we arrive, we will be parking at Gary and Mary's house on their property, and it's just our place is only maybe 1,000 feet from their property, so we will be in close quarters to our property, and we'll easily be able to go there and work on our property. Sorry, it's so windy here and it's hard to record anything, so hopefully you can hear me fine. If not, we'll be re-recording this. So anyways, let's hope it's turning out, and we'll check it afterwards. Another thing that a lot of people were asking about was an update on my husband's job. And as I said in the last video, we were hoping he would get a lateral transfer, meaning he would keep the same hours, he would keep the same pay in the same position or a similar position. And they did have an opening in a lateral position, but they had kind of already interviewed everybody and had somebody picked out for it, and it was somebody at the local Arkansas store, so they gave the job to the local Arkansas person, and they're going to save a position for my husband to work part-time. He'll start September 23rd in hopes that we can get him moved back up to a lateral position as soon as possible. And they also mentioned that there was another store opening 20 miles away from their store, so there's a possibility maybe he could get worked into one of the positions at the new store. So that's all. Time will tell how that rolls out, but the main point is that my husband does have a job when he gets there, and we will have income coming in enough to pay our monthly bills, and that's the main point. So we'll work with it from there, but in the meantime, at least he will have income coming in and job security. So that's great news. It may not be exactly as we wanted it, but it will work out fine. It will give us more time for my husband to be at home and to help get us settled in once we get there. So I think it worked out perfectly, and it'll all work out in the end. So that was great news. That was a little intense, but we got that all worked out, and he starts work September 23rd. So another thing that we were working on is getting our address assigned. And so I finally got a hold of the Yale County 911 coordinator, and we got our address assigned. So now when we get there, we can set up a post office box and a mailbox and all that stuff and get that stuff all set up. So that was something that we had been working on this week. And again, it's sorry for the wind. And another issue that I wanted to update you guys on was that I had mentioned we were having issues with half of our solar array not working, and which was creating issues with us having to run our generator, and we don't typically have to do that very often. But my husband found some, I think they're called MC4 connectors, and he was able to repair the solar array wire and MC4 connector that failed, and he got that fixed. So we are now working with our solar system again, and it's up to par, and we're getting enough sun in right now, so we haven't had to run the generator the last couple days. So that was great. So solar is on the roof of the camper right now, and when we get to Arkansas, we do plan on removing the solar panels from the top of the RV and building a solar rack for them, and then we'll be resealing the top of the RV. So that was the other big issue that we've been dealing with. But other than that, we don't have a whole lot of updates. Other than that, we have, yesterday was September 5th, and it was the official closing of our sale of our property in Arizona. So yesterday we did get the down payment check for the property sale in Arizona here, and it's enough to cover the mover and our gas to get there, and that was our main goal, was to get that covered. So we're in the clear. We've got the movers covered. We won't actually have access to that money till September 11th, which is just in the nick of time because the movers will be here the 12th. So even though it's by the hair on our chinny chin chin, everything seems to be lining up, and everything's going well. So today I'm going to be calling the mover and arranging, how we make our payments to him. He'll be here on the 12th, pick up our camper. We'll arrive in Arkansas the 14th or 15th, and we'll be able to get started. We'll have a week of, getting settled in a little bit. And then the following week on the 23rd, my husband will start work. And one other update that some of you may or may not be aware of is that since late 2019, we've been homeschooling the two kids that we still have living at home. But for various reasons, we've done that, and one of the things that we'll be changing is that when we move to Arkansas, we are going to try to let the kids go to the public school system, and I'm not going to get into all the reasonings for why we homeschooled or why we're allowing them to go back to the public school and try that at this time, because it's a big, long story, but we are going to allow them to try to go to school there. So I did already talk to the school, and when we get there, I need to go pick up an enrollment packet and get them enrolled in school. So they will be going to the public school system, and we're going to see how that goes. So that's already in the works and getting that lined up. Other than that, today is my husband's last day of work here. Today is Friday, September 6th. So today is my husband's last day of work here in Arizona. And so we have about a week before we have to leave. And so this last week, we have a few things that we're going to be working on. We have some stuff that we had sorted through and what we're going to take and not take. And we keep trying to weed out a little bit more and a little bit more. And so we've got some more stuff that we need to go take to the dump. So one of the days this week, we're going to go make a run to the dump and get rid of a bunch more stuff. And he's ordering, my husband Sean, he's ordering 2 new tires for our trailer, not the camper. The camper has all new tires on it. But the trailer, the 4x7 that we haul our water with, we are getting 13-inch tires put on it instead of 12-inch so that they're road ready and safe to handle the highway speeds and the load. So he's getting those tires ordered, or maybe he's already ordered them, but we're going to be replacing those. And we're also replacing the lighting wiring kit for the trailer because many of the lights are broken and whatnot. So some of them are working, some of them aren't. So before we take it out on the road, we need to get a new wiring kit put on. So that is also going to be something we're working on. And we're also going to be helping our neighbor here in Arizona. She's got a tonneau cover to put on the back of her truck, and she needs some help with that. So we're going to go over there and help her put that on. And what else are we working on? No, that's pretty much it. There's a few things we're going to do. I did get to not meet in person, but I did get the contact information for the people that bought our Arizona property. So I've been in talks with them all night last night and a little bit today, just giving them any helpful information that I can as far as, septic, who we had to our septic, how much they cost, and water, where are the options to go haul water from, how much they cost, where they're at, benefits of using one over the other, where's the best places to buy propane, where you can get it refilled for cheaper than exchanging the propane tanks. So there's a couple options for that. I gave them all that information. A little bit of information about the neighbors in the area. I just kind of went over anything that they had a question about, or anything that I felt would be helpful for them, as far as like how our gray water system works and where we take our trash to, how much it costs, just anything and everything that I could think of that might be helpful or beneficial to them, so that they can get, started without having to do a ton of research and finding out the hard way one place is cheaper than the other kind of thing. So we have been doing a lot of talking about those things, and they're really great people, and I would be really great to meet them one day, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to be gone before they get down here to the property, so maybe one day we will meet them. I tried to convince them to start a YouTube channel up so that we could see what they're going to do with the property here in Arizona and watch their journey. So maybe they will, maybe they won't. But hopefully one day, one way or another, I'll get to see what they've made of our Arizona paradise here. So I'm looking forward to them being able to, continue their dreams and their journey on this property here. And we're really looking forward to starting our journey in Arkansas. So I can't think of anything else that we've been working on or that's coming up right now. Pretty much everything is ready. There's nothing else we can really do a whole lot right now until it's moving day, because a lot of the stuff is in use or is going to go in the camper once the slides are all pulled in. And then there's some storage totes outside that will just get put inside once we're all packed up and ready to go. So until then, we're just, we got a few loose ends we're tying up. We did get all the maintenance done on our vehicle. So one thing led to another there, and one repair to another repair, and then another repair and another repair. So we've got everything that we felt was critical to have a safe trip. We did get new tires on the car as well. So the car and the camper and the spare tire, we got all those new. We just need to get the new tires on the trailer. And we do have a few more things to do on our car, but they're things that aren't critical and that will hopefully be fine on the trip there. And once we get there, we can work on doing a few more repairs on the vehicle. So the car is ready to go. The camper is ready to go. Our yard here is almost done cleaning up. We've got one load to take to the dump. And we do have 2 of the IBC water totes here that we're using. One stays here stationary, and the other one stays on the trailer. But we're not going to be able to fit both of them on the trailer when we move, so I talked to the new owners, and they said they would like to have us leave one of the IBC totes for them, so I don't have to worry about disposing that to a neighbor or something, or selling it. So we're going to leave one of the IBC totes for the new owners, so that'll help them get started in getting it all ready. And so they'll be here working on it and putting up new fencing and all kinds of good stuff. So they have a lot of great plans, and they're going to be working on it, and I can't wait to see what their journey leads to. So anyways, that's about it. I don't have any other updates, so we're just waiting. And I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody for all your support. We really appreciate it. And we hope that you follow along, and we will have a ton more content once we get to Arkansas. We'll have a ton of work to do, and we'll have a lot more videos, and I mean several days a week, if not every day. I don't know if we're going to be doing every day, probably, but it's going to be a whole lot more content than right now. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope that you see us soon in our Arkansas adventures. So have a great day. Thank you, and see you soon. Take care, everyone.